Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Back with another discussion about the Curse of Oak Island. Before I get into it, if you like this video, give us a like and subscribe. Alright, so I just finished watching Curse of Oak Island. This is for Season 7, Episode 10. Again, the same people, same people as usual. They, the Laginas and what's in Gary and Laird and the scenes. They're all still there. Not much seems to happen from episode to episode. It's always like a little bit more, which I kind of get, where they're trying to preserve a lot of this stuff. They're not just going to go crazy inside digging, humongous holes all over the island trying to find this stuff. I'm sure, even though it's probably, drives them crazy, they can't just do this. But they understand that they're trying to, like I said, try to preserve everything. This episode down by Smith's Cove, they found some more of this. Slipway wharf thing, and Gary found he thought it was a piece of silver. It was just like a kind of rectangular shaped thing. So it turns out they had it analyzed, and they said they found out that it was tin, mostly tin, and it came from. They said they thought Western Europe, maybe. They not that specific item, but the material was made out of. It came from either Italy, Spain, or France.
Like during which time period? 1600s, 1700s.
It was. I don't know.
It could be 1600s because that's
they
when
said it was around the same time as the Knights Templars. Gary keeps bringing up. He gets all excited about the old Templars, baby. That's what he always says. I'm like, so. He always gets all excited, but I don't know if it's actually from them. I mean,
from who?
From the Knights Templar. You know who those people are?
No, were they like villagers or something?
No, they're not villagers. You have to look it up. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain it all to you.
Were they like people that live in Europe?
No, it was like a
city.
They weren't like it wasn't technically an army. No, it wasn't. It was like a group of men who.
So a tribe?
No, they weren't a tribe. This is why it's just easy for you to look up instead of me trying to explain it to you.
I'll look it up.
They were trying to protect certain artifacts, like the.
So then they were soldiers.
Like the Ark of the Covenant.
How do you spell it?
Templars. Templars.
Templars.
So yeah. Sorry about that. So to protect certain things. So they think.
Okay. Right here.
They think they might have gone to Oak Island.
This is what a Templar is. That say, the poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, also known as the Order of Solomon. The Knights Templar, or simply the Templars, were a Catholic military order founded in 1119 and recognized in 1139 by the Papal Bull Omni Datum Omnum. That's what it says. It was founded in Jerusalem, Israel.
Yeah.
So basically, they were soldiers of Christ. That's basically who they were.
More. I mean, but they were there to protect certain artifacts,
like Jesus
things,
artifacts.
Keep things safe from being, from people. What you want to call, thieves, marauders, whatever you want to call it, pirates.
We actually might be talking about that in my college class.
Yeah, so.
Might be.
They're trying to protect certain things anyway. So they think they went to Oak Island with certain things, and they buried these treasures there to keep them safe, supposedly. So Gary gets all hopped up about, the Knights Templars. What he thinks.
How do we know they're even real to begin with?
Well, they know they were real. They just don't know if they went to Oak Island or not. I mean, there's nothing saying that they went. There's just coincidence. Like they found this cross, and it's like it's. Coincides with the Knights Templar and they found information about it. I forget what episode that was and what season that was. He went to some, I can't remember what it was, where they went to, but it showed that this cross could have come from this area. So they found that, and they found this piece of tin where they found it was mostly it was lead though, where they had some tin in it and some other qualities, but they said the materials mostly came from those three areas: Spain, France, and Italy. That doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot. I mean, the materials could have been sent to, any country to, at the time to have this item.
Oh yeah, it could be. They could have sent it to,
so
like a trade or something. Like, hey, we want you to bury this, and we'll pay you this much. And like, oh, okay.
So they didn't really talk too much about Smith's Cove in this episode. They showed that because these larger wooden logs be part of this slipway, or they really didn't talk much about some of the item that Gary found. They didn't really uncover much because it's kind of slow going, I guess. They don't want to just dig it up with machinery. They want to try to do it by hand to try to preserve it. So this one mostly was about the swamp and them trying to find, get to the money pit. So they're drilling more holes, and they still think that they're right where the tunnel is. I don't know when they're going to start to dig. Every episode's only minimal change from episode to episode. I don't know if they're going to start to dig in the next episode. I kind of want to just start digging where they think the tunnel is. Like, they've drilled enough holes to realize that there's wood underground, 90 to 105, 110 feet underground. So there's technically something. There must be something there. So I'm very curious when they start to, if they're gonna drill a giant hole, they're gonna dig, with some kind of excavator. I don't really know. I'm sure whatever it is, it's gonna take a long time because they try to go slow and preserve everything.
Yeah, I was just reading about the King Philip. What's XIV? What Roman numeral is that? X is what, 1? No,
X is 10.
It was like X1, like, I don't know, something. It's like King Philip, like the 20th.
Yeah.
And basically, the reason why they think they may have been on this island is because during that time, back in, I think it was 1307, King Philip ordered every Templar captured, either captured or dead. Yeah. And so basically the Templars fled into hiding, and they said, and supposedly they went underground.
Yeah, supposedly they took this treasure with them to Oak Island just to hide it from.
So it could be possible they could have died underground because, if they wanted to hide and you don't really have that much food or water or anything.
I wonder how if they wanted to go. How did they back then? How would the tools that would have had to dig? How would they get over 100 feet underground? Unless just over time. I mean, things get buried. I don't know.
Maybe.
So then they go to the swamp, and they hire this company to bring in this special excavator with what they call it, pontoon, so it could technically float, so it won't sink. They drain the swamp, and at the end of the show shows them bring the show up with this tractor, and they just start to dig, but they don't actually show anything yet. They show like a preview at the end of the show that they found some kind of big pieces of wood or whatever. I am curious if they do find something, because they did do a
XIV. It was King Philip XIV.
Oh,
so wait, what's V then? 5? So King Philip the 15th.
Or whatever.
It was him. Okay. It just popped out of my head.
All right, so they were digging in the swamp after they drained it, and that's kind of it until they show a preview from the next episode. I'm curious if they find anything there. I knew cool. They did this scan and they found what they thought might be a ship or something on its side.
A piece of it?
Yeah, it's under in the swamp, but nobody's ever dug there before, as far as they know.
Like an actual ship, like.
Yeah. They think that the swamp was made in the island that they're on wasn't always connected at this point, so they think that swamp was man-made. So I don't know.
To capture what enemy ships possibly, and sink them.
No, it was just they think that they went there in a ship, and they created a swamp, and then they sunk the ship purposely in the swamp so nobody would know that they were there.
Oh,
to hide the ship.
Could be.
They also, if they had treasure and they were there to protect it, they also weren't planning on leaving it at any time soon. So
they're like, hey, let's just break a hole in the ship.
Let's just sink the ship so nobody knows we're here. That's what I think. I don't know if they're going to find a ship. I don't know, but they said they found some anomaly under the swamps, and now that they drain it, they can dig it up and try to see what it is. And they also think they found a rock walkway or something. I don't know.
Like, so a piece of rock.
Right.
Is that what you're trying to say?
No, it was like a walkway. It was like a cement walkway, but obviously it wasn't.
And they think it's dated back to that time.
Yeah, I think it's all from around that. It was so far. Every time they find something, it seems to be around that time period.
So yeah, so like around, like I said, around 1100.
No, it's supposed to be like around.
I just read it was 1100.
No, that's when when they went to.
Oh,
the
that. Oh, so during the 1300s.
Yeah, it's like around the 1700s, 1600s, roughly.
So that's before. I'm in the 60s.
Yeah, I don't know. I know.
It was like 100 years before America was
A
made.
long time ago. I mean, but they don't know if any of this stuff is true. I mean, they might just be. There were people that were living on the island, so who knows if it's just the people who had been living there, or if it was the Knights Templar, if it was just some Europeans.
Could be immigrants from different countries.
Yeah, who knows? Nobody really knows for sure who put this stuff there that they found so well. But everything shows
I understand how
that
they.
it's from that time frame that they found so far.
I don't know how they understand this information doing this stuff, because it's like, when they dig underground, it's like they find like a piece of wood, and like, oh, a piece of like how do they know it could be?
There's researchers and there's tools that they can send a piece of wood to be time dated, so they can figure out where it's from.
But how do they know where it's from? Where they just guess based on the condition of it and.
No, there's a way that scientists can, they can date a piece of wood to see how long, how old it is.
That's crazy.
If you take a tree and you cut it, you cut the tree at the base.
Cut it in half.
And it's got the rings on it. They can tell by how many rings are on it. That's how old the tree is.
Wow.
So you can tell if a tree is 10 years old, 100 years old, 500 years old, whatever. They kind of just
cool.
said, but there's people who specialize in anything like pieces of wood.
Or pieces of concrete, or pieces
or
of clay.
There's somebody that's always specialized in something. So, who knows? They've been finding people for all kinds of things since they went to say, okay, we need somebody who knows, who specializes in this particular material or whatever. So they find that person and they can kind of help them out with it.
I agree.
But that's pretty much all that's happening in the next episode. They're probably going to be digging more in the swamp.
Well, to figure out.
Hopefully, they dig where they think the
so-called chip is and all that
and
stuff.
Where the money pit is. We'll see.
The money pit, was it filled with money and stuff? Treasure?
They think it's full of treasure, but who knows?
There could be nothing in it.
There could be nothing. There could be no money pit at all.
Yeah,
but they're getting closer to finding out. So
we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll watch it in the next episode.
When's the next one? Next week?
Next Tuesday.
Oh, okay. We'll have to find.
Yeah, so I'll watch that one and do another video for that one when it comes out.
Yep, we'll check it out.
Yeah, so if you guys like this video, give us a like and subscribe. Until next time.